I'm like genuinely so gutted. That was limp. That was pathetic. And I now ask the question, has anyone ever succeeded and sacked a manager mid-tournament? Do we need to now think along those lines? Like, it was such a diabolical performance, and Gareth Southgate was at the epicenter of everything that went wrong for England. He was fully responsible for that performance. Just think about what he has done there. Like, Gareth Southgate has made terrible decision after terrible decision, and it's cost England massively. Pep Guardiola, one of the best managers to have ever walked the face of the earth, has seen an awful lot of Raheem Sterling, Phil Foden, and Jack Grealish. Pep Guardiola knows them really well. And Pep Guardiola has concluded that Phil Foden is the best of the lot. How Gareth Southgate has concluded that he is the worst of the lot is completely and utterly unforgivable. It is so poor. And the fact that England fans, who have spent an arm and a leg to get out to Qatar, are having to boo their team off. The fact that we can put in a performance that is so abysmal and has resulted in England fans booing is just so unacceptable. And we really do need to get something right. I mean, today's performance was about as limp as Monday's was effervescent. But we haven't learned. We haven't reacted. So America, fair play to them. They played very well here and they got it right. But they have looked at England and they have worked out that there is a way, a tried and tested way, to stop England playing. Iran weren't able to do that. Iran, very unfortunate that their deficiencies coincide with England's strengths. America managed to nullify England so easily without any sort of grief. And overall, the USA were the better team. Overall, they were the better team. And the USA will genuinely believe that they should have won that game. They will be looking at that game thinking that they should have won. They will be looking at that game thinking it was a missed opportunity. They created more chances. They created better chances. They hit the bar. And we really rode our luck a bit. Overall, they were far better than us. And that is so, so poor. I mean, all the feel-good factor, all of the belief, all of the genuine dreaming that the Jules Rimet could be coming to England has dissipated tonight. It's over. We're not good enough. And the most crucial thing about this is the players are. We have a vast array of talent. We arguably have the best squad in this tournament. When you look even at the brilliance of Brazil, Richarlison and Rafinha don't get an England team. England have better options than Brazil up front. And that is the performance that we stick in. It's so unacceptable. And I don't see how we have any chance of getting anywhere with Gareth Southgate at the helm. And I know that it's drastic. But this is a drastic situation. We are on the precipice of wasting one of our best ever chances of winning international silverware. All because we're sticking with a man who has proven to us both in Russia and at Wembley last year, when we put in that pitiful performance against Italy, he should have never been given an opportunity after that. The fact that in 120 minutes of football, in a final, basically at home in the tournament, we had one shot on target. That should have been thank you and good night Vienna for Gareth Southgate. But for some reason, we have stuck with him. I mean, there is some good news, I suppose, for Southgate. That result means that we are as good as through to the knockouts. We've made it. We're gonna progress. And I am going to Qatar on Wednesday. And I'm really excited to get out there, and I'm going to try and believe, and I'm going to try and genuinely think that there is an opportunity for us to do something here. But, I mean, the only way that we don't make it now is if Wales whack us for 4 goals on Tuesday. I mean, it's unlikely, and I think that we will progress. But it's just so uninspiring. It's so flat. I mean, everyone rational says that we have to respect Gareth Southgate's achievement in tournaments. We have to look at what he's done in previous tournaments and say that he deserves our respect. He deserves to be given another chance. But I just completely disagree. I don't know how anyone can trust him. He isn't capable of winning a tournament. He has proved that to us on multiple occasions, and yet we believe that we should give him another crack at the whip. I really don't understand it. And do you know what? I think even if you're being really rational, saying, well, he got to a semi, then he got to a final, the natural progression is to therefore win it, and therefore Southgate deserves another chance. Even if you adopt that sort of policy, which I don't, football isn't rational. Football is emotional. Football is from your heart. Football is what you feel. And Gareth Southgate is not inspiring me to feel that this team are capable. Overall, I just think that this is a little bit rubbish. We don't make the most of our talented players. We leave our two most mercurial talents on the bench. Like, does Gareth Southgate know that Phil Foden is English? Does he know that Phil Foden qualifies to play for England? I mean, we make zero use of the two most gifted players in the entire squad. We persevere with players who we know either aren't on form or aren't good enough. Whilst we have two of the best players at the tournament available to us. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, what has Phil Foden got to do? I reckon everybody watching that game, and I reckon you, me, everybody, knows that the obvious change that needed to be made, Mason Mount needed to go off, and Phil Foden needed to come on. The only person on the face of the earth who didn't know or chose not to make that move was Gareth Southgate. I mean, our performance, even if you try and look at the positive, it was so flat, it was so unambitious, it was so uninspiring, it was so full of errors. And Gareth Southgate could see that was happening, and he was so slow to make any changes. Like, overall, we were lucky to get a point against fairly average opposition. That's what happened tonight. Overall, England have been fairly lucky to get a point against an opposition that shouldn't be giving anyone any headaches whatsoever. You know, don't get me wrong. America, half decent. And they can possibly get out the groups, and then they will drop out of this tournament at best at the quarterfinals, probably at the last 16. That's who we're up against. Half decent team. This is an England team that are so full of talent, but so bereft of any idea. There is no overarching idea. There is no strategy. He puts a team out there, and if it goes well, you know, Jude Bellingham got his head on that cross against Iran, and everything's looking rosy. Iran have to come out, and we were great. This was just so flat. And a manager earns his stripes when things aren't going well. And I just cannot see how England are going to get anywhere with Gareth Southgate in charge. And I genuinely would be in favour of doing something drastic. I believe that it's happened before. I believe that some managers have been changed during a tournament, and it's drastic, and on some level it's ridiculous. But the mistake was made persevering with Southgate after what happened at Wembley against Italy. If we know it's wrong, why are we persevering with him now? We know that he is not capable. We know that he is making errors. And we've just watched a performance where this England team is so good. This England team is so capable. And the only thing stopping us winning this tournament is Gareth Southgate. And therefore something needs to be done. Thank you for watching this video. Gutted. Genuinely gutted. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. In a bit.